Lionhearted Entertainment.
All right, welcome to episode 5 of the Check the Tide podcast, where we bring you the next wave in music, sports, and business. I am your host, Alec Levinson, and here with me is Lee Alessandrini and Tono Morales. Like always, on today's episode, we will cover what new music dropped, what projects we are most excited for this coming week, and our segment for the day, our top 5 producer-artist collaborations in the modern day era. All right, really excited about the music that dropped this week. Let's start it off with Polo G's The GOAT. What did you guys think?
Man, you know that's my favorite fucking album right now. And I already said it before, but it's one of the better projects that we got in a while. Top to bottom, I think there was, 20 songs? 16 songs. And out of 16, I think
3 of them were already released.
13 or 14 were all very good. Maybe 1 or 2 were iffy, but I like the album a lot. I think a lot of the songs are sick. The song with Juice WRLD was amazing. Beautiful Pain, Martin and Gina was sick. And 21 and 33 were both awesome as well. Kids making moves out there. That was the jump I was expecting from TJ last week, but Polo got to it first.
Yeah, I mean, they're not even in the same lane.
Yeah, not anymore.
He completely proved that. Like, this is arguably the best rap album this year so far, especially like lyrics-wise. Like lyrically, this is the best rap album of the year.
I agree.
Like,
I think it's definitely
not even
the
close
better
anymore.
project. Yeah, for sure.
I think
for vibes, I would have to go with Uzi just because the beats are fire. But this album is just like straight motivation and like, I don't know. It's just awesome. It's amazing.
It's definitely a great sophomore album. I'm really excited for him. There wasn't a song that I skipped by on there. Even the songs coming into it, I was really excited for it. And people are responding to it. I think I saw a first week projection between 85 and 100.
But yeah, he doubled. He's going to double his sales. And to be honest, I think that pretty accurately reflects his like trajectory. This project is clearly better put together than the first one. And he shows a lot more versatility on this project than he did on the last one. Like, he's singing on a lot of the songs, like Martin and Gina. He's kind of singing on that one. 33, he's singing. Beautiful Pain, he's singing and like sounds good. But then a bunch of other ones, he kind of gives his old style. But it's like better songs of his old style of rapping.
What I think differentiates the first and the second album, and I was saying this earlier to Alec, that the first album had like a lot of slower beats. It was like very piano based. It was like sadder. This album was like a little more upbeat, even though it had like the slower singing songs. Like, you still just got a better vibe off it. I just felt like the music itself was better. I feel like he's starting to figure out how to make
I think that he has a similar sound. He's still kind of in one sound, whereas like most of the beats are just like piano or guitar and then the drums and stuff. But I think that his vocal inflections are definitely better. You could tell on the first album that he kind of forced out a lot of the bars and stuff and like just took the first couple takes of something, where this one, it seems like he tried a lot harder to complete the songs before putting them out. On a lot of the singing ones, like, his singing is actually really good. It's all like on key and everything. Like, I think that he still has more to improve. Like, don't get me wrong. He definitely still has more further to go, but he's mad young.
Yeah, this was definitely a big jump from him. And I think he's definitely starting to figure out where he falls as an artist. And I'm excited to see what's next. This is a pretty sick project. Like you said, if not the best rap album, one of them this year.
I mean, lyrically, I think the outro song, the Changes sample.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That is probably like lyrically the best song that's come out this year.
Yeah, and BJ, the Chicago kid, was sick on it too.
It absolutely is the best. It's the best song. The song is actually good, and the lyrics are amazing. It's the best combination of those two things.
And obviously the sample just goes to show you.
And then he just kills the sample. Like name another rapper that's gonna take a Tupac sample and flip it.
Yeah,
like the only ones that are gonna come out and do that like actually well are gonna be like Cole and Kendrick.
And you gotta like respectfully like know that you're gonna snap on that, because you're not just gonna take one of Tupac's most famous songs ever and put out some bullshit, because you'll just be disrespected by
Exactly.
literally everybody.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it takes balls to be able to even try to flip a Tupac sample and put on your album, let alone kill it. Like, he killed that song. It's really good.
The one thing I want to point out is I want people to circle back to Die a Legend, because that's when you really understand how great of a writer he is. He's a phenomenal writer, and it translates into this album, but we can't discredit his first album. I get that he made a jump.
I'm not discrediting.
No, but people are like so shocked that he came out with this album. From what it was
I
coming.
thought this was going to be fire before this came out.
Well, did, Tono did, we did it in the rap community, but there's so many people that are like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Well, go back to Die a Legend.
That's good.
No,
that
it's
means
great.
That, that means that he, like, people are getting put on to him, and they're realizing that he is like, I mean, think about it. Like, his crowd wasn't that big when we went and saw him. And that was in like October?
Yeah, it's going to be much bigger now. It was in October, and there was probably 300 people at max.
Now his set list is like way better. So
as he
continues to progress, like, he's just.
If you go back, like the first album, I thought it was good too, but like to the public ear, you got to realize like those songs aren't catching.
It was also mostly.
This is what I would say.
This has like hits on it.
Yeah, this is what I would say about the first album. He made those songs kind of in a place where he was uncertain about his future. Obviously, he's writing from the heart. He's writing over, a little less known producers. Now he knows his future's bright. So that's kind of translating into the songs. Like, he's talking about. Now he's made it. He's kind of the GOAT in his own generation. It's always going to sound a little different, but it's just two different sounds. Like, he's coming from two different places on these albums, which most rappers do. But no, I think it was an amazing sophomore album. There was no slump. I'm super excited for him. And if you look at his YouTube video, he dropped a music video for 33. He has 1 million plays already in one day. And we were talking about that.
We wanted 2 trending on YouTube already.
Yeah, we wanted him to do something with Cole Bennett because they're from Chicago, but he ended up doing one with Ryan Lynch, who's actually from Chicago too. He's making his come up through the
he'll probably do flex with Cole Bennett, because Cole Bennett has a ton of footage of Juice, and he would edit it pretty well. I think that would be an appropriate thing to do for that song.
Have you ever checked out Ryan Lynch yet?
Not like heavily, no.
Yeah, you have to go back to some of the stuff. He does stuff with like Cowboy, Lil TJ. Like, he's on the come up. He does stuff with Herbo.
I like that video. I thought that video was good.
Yeah, it came out good.
It was.
But what was your favorite songs? Tono mentioned a few before.
Dude, so many of them are good. It's crazy.
I couldn't pick a favorite, but like the ones that probably the ones that'll blow up the most is definitely the Wishing for a Hero, Flex, and I don't know, but Martin and Gina and Beautiful Pain are both like really like hits. Like, if you're looking for like radio and numbers, those are
Martin and Gina is going to be huge.
Yeah,
that's like a radio song.
Beautiful Pain too. That was very good.
I love how we talked about it a little bit on last episode, how everybody's kind of incorporating love songs now. We talked about Nav, we talked about Little Baby, we talked about Little Durk, and how everybody's kind of, progressing that into their sound.
Martin and Gino is better than any of those songs, though.
You still think it's better than Emotionally Scarred?
Yes, by a lot.
I wouldn't say by a lot, but I think it is better. I think it's just like composed better overall. Like, Little Baby just like raps the same way he always raps. Like, there was more like content put into Martin and Gina.
I think that the lyrics are better. His vocal inflections are way better than all of those rappers. Like Lil Baby, Nav, all of the rappers that are making like similar trap style like love songs or whatever you want to call it, none of them have like this amount of passion in their voice.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like this was like very like not on the cusp of R&B necessarily, but like this had like that melodic vibe to it in a way.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think my favorites are probably like 21. I Know is super underrated. That song is like amazing. And then some of the deep album cuts, I like Chinatown and Trials and Tribulations.
Yeah, Trials was sick.
And I like the intro. Honestly, like the
definitely
whole thing is just fire. Like I don't really.
Yeah, I can't really
Nothing,
pick
I
like
can't
an
even pick
actual
a favorite one.
song. What'd you like the best, Alec?
I probably liked Martin and Gina and Beautiful Pain too. I liked them all. I like Trials and Tribulations a lot. I think Chicago Kid, Killed Wishing for a Hero. I like the Juice collaboration on Flex. And then 21 and 33, I thought that was kind of a creative twist, bouncing those two back to back. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then just his songs previously, like I really liked Heartless. You know, Mustard's been dropping some dope
I like
beats.
that song too.
Go Stupid with Mike Will Made It. Like that was a fire song too previously. And that's kind of, it was pretty big, that song. We were talking about NLE Choppa. He does numbers too.
Yeah, I don't really like him. No.
Yeah, I'm not big into him either. And then he dropped D&D, which was pretty dope. But yeah, I really like the album. I'm really excited for him. I have tons of video footage of me just going nuts at his concert in October, just kind of by myself before anyone knew him. So I can't say enough about the kid. I love him as a writer. I love what he brings, the passion into his music. So,
I mean, if he just continues to incrementally improve, like each project, say he puts out like one complete project per year and he continues to incrementally improve, by the time he's like 25, 26, he's going to be the best rapper in the world.
Absolutely.
I said, I like that you brought up the passion thing, because I said this to you guys when his album first dropped, that he reminded me a lot of Meek Mill, like not even like flow-wise or rap-wise, but just like his charisma and his energy, like what he puts into his music. I felt the same way when I listened to like Dream Chasers 1 and 2, like how Meek Mill just like attacked the beat, like how he went about his songs, like they don't sound like the same as rappers, or like maybe not even on the same level, but like just like that energy that they give, I feel like he's like on that track to be like per se a next Meek Mill, not like taking anything away from Meek or gassing Polo that much, but I just feel like they were on like the same path right now.
No, I think it's a good comparison.
He brings that same heart as Meek and Ace. Like when they were in their prime, like mixtape era, when Ace was doing the Starvation tapes and Meek was doing the Dream Chasers tapes, this is like that energy. But he brings like a melodic twist to it.
Yeah, I agree.
So dope. But I also just think that he carries himself a lot better than Meek. Like he's quiet and he's humble, and he doesn't get in like beefs or do anything unnecessary. He just like focuses on his business.
Yeah, I mean, he's still young. Like you don't know how it's gonna pan out, but that's like career wise. I'm just talking like straight up.
Right, but that's
music.
important though.
What differentiates him too is that he literally raps on the hooks, which a lot of that doesn't happen that often.
But that's what I've been saying what TJ should do instead of what he's trying to do right now. TJ should just do this because his voice is dope.
Well, that's what made Pop Out so successful. I think it went 4 times platinum. Like he's literally rapping on the hook, and it's just hard fire. And it's fire. And what I like about Polo too is he's managed by his mom. So that's like
his whole like the way that he carries himself business wise and on songs. I think that he's like the best up-and-coming rapper, and he's definitely my favorite up-and-coming rapper.
Yeah, if you haven't heard this new album yet, go check it out. It's called The GOAT. And really go back to his old music too. Die a Legend was his first freshman album, so check out both of those. But yeah, very, very excited for him. All right, let's move on to the Future album, High Off Life. What did you guys think?
I remember at first I was saying it was okay, but it honestly is probably Future's best project since the back-to-back albums. I thought it was pretty solid all around.
What was in between that? The one with Juice?
I mean, there's just a couple random things. He had the Duggar mixtape, the Juice one, the Wizard was his last one. I think he also dropped one more in between those two. But this was pretty solid. He said himself that it was an experimental album. I didn't really feel like...
When did he say that?
He said it
after it came out.
No. It was before it came out.
People realized it was ass.
No.
You're out of your mind, Lee. And this is what I'm excited
it's definitely
for because
not ass.
You really have to go back and listen. I don't know how you don't think this is a sick project. And a lot of people are saying it's a sick project too. Now, like It really is. It's good. It's good. Like I'm going through the songs. Like I'm gonna start this off with what songs I like. So I liked Trapped in the Sun. I liked Touch the Sky. I like Solitaire. I think when it goes from Riding Striker to Posted with Demons, all of those 3 in a row, the production is literally insane.
Riding Strikers is the one where the beat switches.
Yeah, that's the one where he's talking. He has the interlude with like the bank robbery.
Yeah, and then the beat switches, and then
yeah, that it's like a dark trap beat, which is sick.
It's like slow.
And then I like Hard to Choose. Southside's all over this, which I'm so excited about. Because he hasn't really done anything with Southside in a little while.
I think that's actually the reason why I don't really like this project. I didn't think the beats were very good.
What?
Yeah. I'm actually like really disappointed in the production of most of the songs.
Well, shit, it was experimental, bro.
Like I think the weakest part of the entire project is from Riding Strikers until Hard to Choose One. I think all of those songs are mid Future.
Hard to Choose is really
every
good.
Single one of those is not that good.
Well, here's the thing.
Really good.
I don't think it was like a sick Future project. Like it's definitely, like I said before, like I think Future is way past his prime. Like we got the best of what he had to offer, but it is a pretty solid project.
Yeah, I mean he just raps about like fucking girls and taking Molly and Percocet. Still.
I mean, what is the difference? Like your favorite rapper is Lil Uzi. What does he rap about?
Yeah, but Lil Uzi's
I like the production on his projects a lot better than this. Like I think that the best beats on here are High Tech, which is ATL Jacob, which I think that he should have been on more of the songs. Him and Future do really well together. And
we got to get that kid on here. He's a beast.
Like Outer Space Bit. I love that beat with the piano.
Same. That's my favorite song. Besides
Rockin' Icy Watch. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I like that song a lot. All Bad. I like the beat, but I don't think that they did a very good job on it.
I think it was an internal take throwaway.
I think it definitely was.
It starts
Celebration. It was not good.
It was Celebration Station Part 2.
Yeah, it starts off with Lil Uzi
which is why I was sick. But
saying it's Lil Uzi Vert, like on a Future song, that makes no sense.
The only bad thing that I can say about it, and this is 2 completely different sides of it, which I'm kind of shocked that you don't like the production. But anyway,
I think because I had like a really, really high expectation for it. Like I thought like,
yeah, but he has like Mike, he has Willa Fool on there who has like his old school songs like My Savages and stuff like that. It's kind of bringing back like that old school. He has like Southside Monster.
I think it's lazy though. Like a lot of it's just super lazy.
Well, I just don't think Future puts in the same effort that he used to.
It's not just Future. It's like the laziness of Southside too, where he just like makes one loop and then loops it for the entire song.
I mean, it's the same thing. You got that recipe and you just throw it out there and it's like, here, you're going to rap on this, send it back in 30 minutes. Okay, that's a song. Put it on the album.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's not what I want. Like, I like Trapped in the Sun. I thought that beat was like pretty dope. It started out really strong, I think. Like, I liked the first 3 songs a lot. And then Solitaire's was cool and Travis is like kind of actually rapping on it and I like that beat. And then after that, it just kind of falls off for me. Until Trillionaire. I like the song with Young Boy.
That was a sick ass song.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos said turn that shit up.
Also, my favorite part of that song is at the very end. Like where Future's like kind of does that little singing part for the outro and then it kind of ends. Harlem
I like how they go back and forth.
That song is horrible.
That's the one thing I'm going to say about the album. You on paper, you see Thug, Future, and Wheezy. How is that song turn out like that?
This is exactly my point. Like I was super excited for that song, and I was super excited for the Uzi and Future song because I thought like, oh, he's been calling himself Baby Future. Like he's been making all these songs like rapping like Future. Like this is going to be such a crazy song. Those 2 songs were terrible.
Yeah, the two songs that I really like that I want you to go back out, well, 3 songs really is kind of towards the end of the album. I know you said the beginning strong. I want you to check out Up the River again, and I want you to listen to Too Comfortable. It's this producer on it. I think
Too Comfortable.
Too Comfortable. It leads with the guitar strings. The guitar strings that sound so sick on that beat. And you have to look at that producer too. His name's VOU. He's done a lot of things lately. He did like Broke Leg. by Tory Lanez. He has a lot of beats out there right now. And then Outer Space bit you talked about, DY Crazy
I
killed
really
that
like
beat.
that. I really like that beat.
And then I like
that's
accepting.
probably the best beat on the whole project.
Yeah, and then I like accepting
Even
my
though it is
flaws a lot
repetitive,
too.
it's still pretty fire. Yeah, I like that
Accepting
one
my flaws
too.
because he does like a 3-minute verse. There's really like no chorus on there. It's just kind of him rapping in his feelings.
Yeah, because he's actually rapping on that song. That's why I like it.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm getting all the emotions are pouring out of me. Tono, what did you think? Like
I don't know. I'm just like generally disappointed. Like,
I mean, I'm not disappointed. It's kind of what I expected. Like, I actually thought it would be a little worse than it was. But like, I mean, like, it's not impressive. It's not like the Future we're used to hearing back in the day, but it is a pretty good album. Like, I'm very satisfied with it, and definitely a solid like 6 or 7 songs that I'll listen to on repeat. But it wasn't like blown out of the water. And I think 5 of the songs were already out. So
yeah, I mean, they just threw them on there to get the streaming.
Yeah, of course.
I mean 100 Shooters, that song came out like a year ago. I don't know why that they're putting that on here.
Yeah,
Tycoon,
I mean, Life is Good dropped 5 months ago.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. The whole thing is just like, ever since he signed that deal where he has to drop like 10 albums or something, his music just like hasn't been the same. It's just like microwave, like, I don't know. I feel like he just makes projects where he just knows that like, oh yeah, like a couple of these songs will hit, but I'm just doing it for the check.
I mean, that's what it's probably comes down to nowadays.
And then like, why doesn't he ever like work with Metro anymore? Like, what is up with that?
Yeah, I was disappointed by that because we said that last episode that we wanted to see Metro on this one, and
I don't understand.
There's got to be some type of beef between them.
DS2 is his best project, and we'll get into that later. That's like mostly Metro. Like, yeah, there's some Southside on there, but it's mostly Metro. And like, if that's your best project, like, shouldn't you at least get with that producer for a couple songs out of each album?
I mean, I think it's a two-way street right there because I saw someone tweet, yo, Metro, this beat is dope. And Metro was like, that's not me. Like, basically, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm not a part of that. But I don't know what the beef is between them. I haven't looked up any articles or anything, but I was kind of shocked to not see anything.
Between them or
there's got to be something for Metro to be such a big part of his past and then nothing on this album at all. It's just a little weird because he has producers that
he's working with 21 right now. Maybe that was part of it.
Yeah, but not to get any sting at all, like 1 or 2
maybe
songs.
He just gets in a vibe with one person at a time. Like, that's part of his thing.
Yeah, he could.
He worked on the Weekend thing, and then he transitioned to like 21's whole vibe.
He could. All right, we're gonna branch it off now to Future. So I saw some tweet or something the other day where Future's made 24 projects in the last 10 years. So I briefly want to just take a minute from each of us to go around and say what our top 5 projects by him are in order. And we'll each take turns going. Okay, Lee, you start us off. What Future projects did you like from 5 to 1?
So I put an honorable mention was Evil, because I was like looking up all the track lists and stuff before this, but I put that as an honorable mention because I still like play some of those songs and there's some like bops on there. But then for 5, I put the self-titled Future album. For 4, I put What a Time. For 3, I put Monster. For 2, I put 56 Nights. And for 1, I put DS2.
Okay. DS2 is always number 1. This was probably one of the harder things that I had to decide on, especially because I just rocked with Future literally since his first album. But I'm going to throw his first album, Pluto, at number 5 just because it started all this Future stuff for me. Number 4, I'm going to go with Honest just because it was his second album, and that's also a big album for me too. Number 3, What a Time to Be Alive. Number 2, the self-titled album Future. And number 1, of course, DS2.
Word. Yeah, I'm taking a similar path kind of. I mean, for 5, I'm going to do the self-titled Future album. Then I'm going to go into What a Time to Be Alive. Then DS2. And then 2 of his DS2 at number 3.
Placement.
And then I'm going to go 56 Nights, and then my favorite being Monster. I just think that was a crazy time in his life. Like, if you look at where he was, so he did that Honest album in 2014, I believe.
Yeah.
Then he went into, so in 2015, he basically dropped Monster, 56 Nights, Dirty Sprite 2, and What a Time to Be Alive, and Beast Mode, like, which is just insane. Like those 5 projects are probably top projects of trap music of all time. And he dropped them literally in a year. Like, it's ridiculous. But
well, I think after Monster came out was when Esco got in trouble in Dubai. And then when he finally got out, they were trying to get him out of jail for like 2 months. When they finally got him out, they recorded 56 Nights. And then that was like when they were recording all of the songs for
DS2. Yeah. But if you go back and listen to those mixtapes, that trilogy, it's actually on Spotify and Apple Music now. So those mixtapes have been put on there.
Beast Mode came out first, I think, right? That one came out before Monster.
Yeah.
No. I think Monster was first, actually, in October. I think Monster dropped around Halloween, and then it went Beast Mode, then 56, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Monster, I think, started them off. But Monster, I'm throwing number 1 because my favorite song of all time. Well, my favorite trap song of all time is Codeine Crazy, produced by TM88. That song it's a perfect song. Like, the beat is perfect. He kills every verse, bridge, chorus, you name it. Like, that song is what really turned me on to be a Future fan. And that comes off that Monster tape. And
I feel like that's that was really like, not, it wasn't the start, but it was like also the beginning of like Metro's come up.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That was like the first project where he produced like most of the beats, and it was huge. And then after that, he blew up. When DS2 came out, it was like over, basically.
Yeah, I mean, that's
like
what put Metro right above everything.
Yeah, but this was kind of like what kickstarted the whole thing.
Yeah. This whole 2-3 year run of all the mixtapes and albums that Future dropped in like 2014, 2015 was just unreal. Like, it literally made no sense, and that's why he's.
I mean, I'm looking at the track list now, and he's got like Radical on here, Monster, then Fuck Up Some Commas. I think that's probably like one of my favorite like mainstream trap songs ever. That beat is like so dope. DJ Spins and Southside made that one, and then he's got After That with Wayne on there. The Southside and TM88.
Yeah, after that was.
I mean, even like Fetty and Hardly, which are both Southside too. Like, those songs are fucking sick.
And Metro, and well, Fetty is Metro, Southside, and TM88. That beat is crazy.
Yeah.
It's got like so many different sounds on
all
it.
3 of those guys touch it. Like, it's
Yeah, you want to hear the order of his? I had to look it up now for that run. It was fucking.
This one says 2014. So
none already. It goes Honest, sick ass album, Monster, Beast Mode, 56 Nights, Dirty Sprite 2.
Yeah.
And then
I feel like what was between Honest and Monster when him and Sierra like broke up, because I feel like that's when his sound changed.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if you think of it,
that's when he went to just like straight. Like,
I mean, his album was called Monster.
Well, that's
Honest,
that's
and then
basically
it turns to Monster and Beast Mode.
That's basically all Monster's about. He's basically like, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't be with a woman. I'm a fucking misogynist. I'm a beast. And then he goes, Beast Mode. It's just
I don't really
a
like
sick
Beast
run.
Mode though.
I like Beast Mode a lot.
Yeah, there's some songs in there. I mean, you don't like Zaytoven that much.
Nah, I think his drums are trash. I mean, compared to Southside and Metro and TM88, like.
Yeah, I mean, he's a piano guy anyway.
Right. But moving on, Future, amazing run. If you haven't heard any of those mixtapes and albums that we've said, you got to go back and listen to them.
Honestly,
from 2014 to 2015, he was.
If you listen to Future now and you haven't heard any of those tapes, then just stop listening to Future now and go listen to those tapes.
I mean,
please.
If you haven't heard DS2, if you're new to like trap music in general or like modern hip hop in general, you should go back and listen to DS2 if you've never heard the whole thing, because it's like probably one of the main projects that kind of influenced this new sound of hip hop. DS2 is what put like the trap like drum sound with like piano samples or guitar samples and stuff like I mean, some of the beats on this are insane. I'm looking at it now. It's like Where You At? That beat is nuts.
Yeah.
By Metro.
Dude, that whole album is just ridiculous.
Yeah, like the production on this is crazy. Stick Talk on there, Rotation. That beat is nuts. all of these.
Who did my
this
favorite
whole-
song off that one is that low key one. It's Percocet and Stripper Joint. That's on
Yeah, that's
DS2,
my
right?
favorite song.
What beat was
Yeah.
that? Is that TM 88?
No, that one's G Coop, Jake One, and Southside. So Jake One has a credit.
Oh,
in
okay.
that. That's pretty crazy.
Gotcha.
Um,
Yeah. Future. I don't even know what to say, but the new project, I think it'll grow on people. I really like it. Fuck you, Lee.
I mean, listen, I think I just have really high expectations for him.
Well, you have a producer's ear too. I mean, a lot of the time, like I don't notice the repetition on there. I just kind of hear there's certain sounds that like draw me into it. And when the beat drops and shit, like I'm not, but let's really quick talk about, so 2 songs that I really wanted to mention, dropped this weekend or on Friday. So we had Little Skies Riot produced by Cash Money AP. What'd you guys think of that?
I thought it was all right. I know you love that song so much, but to me it just sounds like any other like hype Little Sky song, like upbeat, him rapping like he usually does. I know he has 2 styles. One's like the sad melodic Little Skies, and then you got like the fast upbeat rapping Little Skies. But I don't think
I feel like even for
crazy.
like an upbeat poppin' Little Sky song, like it was just mid. I don't.
Yeah,
think
I thought it's like normally what Little Skies does. Like I wasn't blown away by it.
Yeah, exactly.
Alec thinks it's like the #1 song in the world.
Nah, I don't think it's bad, but I'm not like.
It's not bad, but it's not good.
I want to hear a song where I'm like, damn, like this is fire. I haven't heard a song like that from him in a while.
I agree.
And he has the potential to do that. So,
I also agree with that too.
I don't know. I've really liked it. I enjoyed it. I mean, it's the first thing that I've heard from him in a little while that I really liked. So I was just excited that he's coming back into the music scene. I know he took a little bit of time off. And yeah, he had a kid. So I think this is just, I don't think it's anything, out of this world. I'm not saying it is, but I'm just excited that I think he's back into music.
Yeah, it's really, definitely his sound. It's
really gearing up. And I think the beat was really cool. I like, we talked about Cash Money a couple episodes ago. And then just really quick, I want to talk about Will remix by Joyner Lucas, and where he had Will Smith come on, which was pretty cool. So if you ever listen to the song, he kind of did this whole rendition of, going over all of Will Smith's movies and kind of paying homage to him as kind of his iconic hero. And Will Smith actually hopped on a verse. Did you guys like it?
I high-key cried when I heard it.
Dude, that was one of the sickest things to happen in hip-hop in a while, honestly.
Yeah, I straight up cried when I heard it.
Well, Will Smith, like, the theme of it is sick because obviously Joyner was praising Will Smith in the whole song. But then Will Smith came on and kind of said, like, Joyner, you inspire me. And then Will started naming all the people that inspired him too, like Nelson Mandela, Julius Erving, Muhammad Ali. Like, he shouted out his grandma.
City of Philly.
Yeah, the whole city of Philly.
Jazzy Jeff.
And not only did he like do that and just like give us that content, but he actually like
flowed. He flowed on it with all of like the modern flows. Yeah,
literally. And the sickest part was that I can't remember exactly what he said, but he brought it up like talking about before all the streams, before all like social media and everything, he sold 60 million records. So like he's like bragging that he's just like, I've been the fucking man. Like you guys
he didn't curse and he still kept it real.
Yeah, he said that too. And I was like, yo, this is fucking
that
awesome.
Shit was fucking fire, bro.
Oh, and he also did shout out James Avery, Uncle Phil.
Yeah, he did. He
fucking awesome.
I thought it was sick. Like he went and gave props to everyone that influenced him growing up, including his grandmom. He had like a whole section on there about his grandmom.
Yeah.
And then he tied it into like praising Joyner. And then, I don't know, the whole thing was like, it was really well put together.
I kind of wish they made, I don't know what theme they would do it, but I wish they somehow made a video for it because that was sick.
Yeah, they had like a little animation. That was pretty much it. For it. But I don't know. I thought it was really dope.
Yeah, we love Will Smith. Shout out to him, man.
I don't know what, I really don't know what else there is to say about it. I think it was awesome.
And the original song is sick. The video is sick if you haven't seen it. The video is really cool.
W was all around. Whoever was involved in that, whoever got involved after, is just, that was all fucking dope.
All right, moving on. Let's talk about Gunna's album coming out Friday. A lot of hype behind it. I know Lee is excited about it because he's been vibing with him for a long time now. But what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to be a really good album?
Judging based off of the documentary clips and all of the previews in there, it's going to be amazing. And the Wanna song that came out today, yo, that song is sick as
I knew
fuck.
Lee would love that shit.
That beat is fucking amazing. I love how it has like the 808 hits on the downbeat only, and then it has like kicks after the 808, but it only hits and it's like mixed perfectly. They have like, you know how I put gross beat on like certain parts of the song and it's like halftime? Turbo basically did that for like the hook part. Like, so the first part of the hook has like a halftime of the guitar, and then the second part of the hook has like halftime with the same guitar on the same octave, and then like a higher octave instrument, and then the verse has like the regular guitar without the halftime gross beat on it. So like the way that it's completely put together is just, I don't know. Everything about that song is fire.
Yeah, no,
So
his production's always A1. And what I think is really cool, I mean, Drip or Drown. So he had Drip Season, which was kind of his mixtape. Was it a mixtape collaboration or was it? So he had, like, it wasn't really an album, the Drip Seasons, right? Like that was more of a mixtapes?
No, they were like mixtapes, but the third one was really the one that like basically turned into an album because it got so popular.
Drip Season 3, that was that was kind of his takeoff. But then
that was kind of when he
other than his Drip Seasons, he had Drip Harder, which was his collaboration with Lil Baby, kind of them going back and forth with a couple singles on there. And then he had
he has
Drip or Drown 2, but that was based off of his 2017
Drip or Drown 1. So this is his first one that came out before Drip Season 3.
So this would be kind of his first. Is this his first album?
Well,
for his first studio album?
No, I think that Drip or Drown 2 counted as an album. So this is technically his second album.
Gotcha. I think I'm excited for it.
Based off this song and like a couple of his recent features, I think he's in like a good headspace to give us some fire. I just don't know how diverse the album's going to be, mainly because Drip or Drown 2 was pretty sick, but I just don't want him to get stuck in like that like repetitive sound. Like I hope he does a little something to just break up the album. And
there will be.
Yeah,
go to the doc. Go to the first doc video and go to like 6 minutes in, and there's a turbo beat at the end where it's just nuts. Like there's like a sample, and it's gonna be unreal.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him on Spotify right now.
The guitar. It's like, dude, they were all in Jamaica, and I guess they rented out this like mansion in Jamaica, and they're just all chilling in this mansion, like vibing, making songs and stuff. He's got like Wheezy, Turbo, and then like all of the other like producers just sitting in this house, like making songs, like kind of like what Travis did with Astroworld when they all flew out to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Basically the same thing, but they went to Jamaica.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't want him to get caught in that like Turbo Wheezy sound like the entire album.
What I'm saying is the one beat that they played, that they previewed, that is Turbo, but it doesn't sound
like him.
No, it's like, it sounds crazy.
All right, then I mean, I'm always excited for some Gunna, so hopefully this one's better than the last two.
I want to bring up what we're going to predict for numbers wise, but I also want to come back to shitting on Tono for Nav's first week sale. So he ended up doing that 130 number. You can say what you want about the merchandise he sold on there, but he did 130,000.
I mean, I can't argue. Sales. Numbers don't fucking lie, but
yeah.
I'm going to support my case that fucking Cash stepped this shit up. Dropped 100%. The deluxe 2 days after 100%. The album. Fucking
absolutely. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. But no, congratulations. Congratulations, Nav. That's fucking awesome. But what do you guys think about Gunna? What do you think he's aiming for?
What did the last one do?
He'll probably be low hundreds. I mean, if Future's projected to do 140, 150, right?
He did 175.
Yeah, but Future has Life is Good though, which counts towards the streams.
Yeah, so I'm saying if you take away a hit
Gunna doesn't have that big single. He has Skybox, and then he has Wanna, which just came out today.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So if you take away the hit single, Future's probably at low 100s.
If you Drip or Drown 2 did 90,000.
Yeah, so it'll probably be right there.
I think he does at least 100.
Yeah, like low ones, like 120, maybe even 130.
I think Roddy's going to be on it, so that song could pop off.
Yeah, for sure.
If
I mean,
if he's got a Roddy feature and it's like a hit, then that could carry the streaming numbers well above 100.
I just want to, before we move on, I want to talk about, if this is not that great of an album, does he now become kind of just like a feature guy, or do you think he can bounce back from it?
I know that's not going to happen because I heard like half of the songs on his documentary today, and they're all fire.
Okay. All right. We'll have to see.
I don't think that that's going to happen either, because like he just knows how to put shit together, and he has some of the best producers in my opinion, he has some of the best producers in hip hop right now.
Let's move on to the segment of the day. So we're going to do something similar like we did on last episode, where we kind of did a snake order of our favorite songs of 2020. But this time we're going to do our favorite modern day collaborations between producers and artists. And when I say modern day, we're not going to be talking about like Diddy and Biggie together, because obviously you're going to say, that's some of the greatest producer artist collaborations of all time. So we're going to do modern day, stick to modern day. And we're going to
modern
do that
day as in like the last like 10 years or so,
last
right?
10 years. I would say from 2010 to 2020. Tono, why don't you kick us off?
All right, so first pick, can't miss it. I'm going to go with Drake and Boy Wonder. I mean, they started pretty much from Drake's beginning of his career to where they are now. And Best I Ever Had, Uptown, Over, Headline, 0 to 100, God's Plan. The list goes on and on and on. And you really can't beat that duo right there.
Yeah, just an insane discography between the two. Like, good for you to start it off. Good for you.
Yeah, I'll take that pick to the house, baby.
Yeah. All right, Lee, you're up.
Uzi and Molly Raw, for sure.
All right, what do you like by them? Let's get a
What
look.
do I like by them? Do What I Want, Canada Goose, Four of Us. Of course, we're Ghetto Flowers, Shooter. Literally every song that they've ever made together.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what kind of launched me into being a fan of Uzi. It's just the perfect love tape when those songs just going back and forth. And even before that, like there's just, there was a spark between those guys.
You could swap out Molly Raw for DP Beats too.
But what is Molly Raw doing anything with Uzi anymore?
No, they don't like each other anymore.
Yeah. So
that's
unfortunately, yeah, it really is. It really is. All right. So I'm going back to back here. I mean, I talked about it in the earlier segment. I'm going with Future and Southside. It's really just, it's not even a question. You have 56 Nights, No Compadre, Purple coming in.
Every single project. Like every single project from the last like 6 projects is like half produced by Southside.
Yeah, he's literally touched everything, and he was just on his most recent album for 4 or 5 songs too. So I mean, he's been with Future since the beginning. So I really have to give. I mean,
Southside really popped off with Waka though.
Yeah,
and then he just kind of like people realized that he was trash, and so we're like, all right.
Was because Luger worked with Waka too, right?
Well, yeah, like the original 808 Mafia kind of really blew up.
Who was like that
Waka.
Hardened the Paint sound? Was that Luger?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
That was Lex Luger.
Yeah. Okay.
But Lex Luger and Southside were the ones that started 808 Mafia.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And then I'm going with, I mean, my favorite artist in the last 5 years is probably Young Thug. So I'm going with London. when that sound first kicked off with Thug in London. I mean, Barter 6, you guys know, is one of my favorite projects.
I got me a check, got a check.
Got me a check, I got a check. So he's got that. He's got Hookah with Tyga. He had With That. He had About the Money with T.I. Whatever
that
you
song
want.
Was huge when it came out.
Iconic.
Yeah, it was a fire, huge. And it just showed
Lifestyle.
Lifestyle. Rich Homie's actually coming out with something soon.
With Nav. That's not really a Thug song, but
yeah, but still,
that's a huge song that London did.
Yeah, no, and London was doing projects with, he had a couple songs with Wayne for a little bit. I mean, he's been around the board.
He's also like an incredible piano player, and he does like R&B songs.
I feel like that's his main talent. His piano.
He does skills. Like stuff with Jacquees and some other of the R&B artists. A lot of female artists now. Like I think his girlfriend
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Summer Walker.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dating Summer Walker.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty dope. All right, who's back up? I think Lee's back up, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So we already talked about it, but I'm gonna go with Gunna and Turbo. And the honorable mention songs, put At the
Pretty much just
Hotel with
name them.
Uzi, OK, Sold Out Date, Strip Too Hard, Richard Miller Plain, Speed It Up, the one that just came out today, Wanna. Literally, like half of Gunna's discography is produced by Turbo. So go back and listen to it. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, his guitar, like he kind of brought. I mean, the guitar was always there, like on a
But
lot of the beats with
like
Future, but
they merged like the blues guitar with like upbeat, up tempo trap drums.
Yeah.
All right, so back with me right now. Second pick. Only because I'm so high on this fucking kid. I'm gonna go Juice WRLD and Nick Mira.
Yeah,
I was gonna
fucking
say that
love
next
Nick Mira,
too.
man.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty much if you listen to Juice WRLD, almost every song is Nick Mira. But I'll just name some anyway. All Girls Are the Same, Lucid Dreams, Lean With Me, Robbery. I mean, pretty much every Juice song ever. Bandit was fucking sick. The new one, Righteous, right, is Nick Mira too.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a fucking
that beat's
awesome
amazing.
duo, and I'm sad to see that it had to end that way, but fucking awesome. And then I go back to back, I guess, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
This is a tough one now. So I know we said we didn't want to go too deep and stay more modern, but I mean it's kind of modern. Definitely on the edge of the last 10 years. Kanye West and Jay-Z. I mean, if you listen to Watch the Throne, Kanye produced most of that. If you want to go back to Jay-Z's discography, Kanye's had a lot of influence on his work. Izzo, Encore,
Lucifer.
Guess Who's Back, Heart of the City. Yeah, exactly. So just I know they're not on the best terms and probably won't ever make a bunch of music like they did, but just solidifying them in history together, man. Kanye and Jay-Z definitely killed it while they had their run.
Yeah, and financially, I've heard that they've done pretty well for themselves.
Yeah, just a little good.
Yeah, I mean Kanye. I don't know how many shares of Adidas he has at this point, but that's probably the majority of his wealth. And then we all know Jay.
Yeah, I just heard they're like billionaires or something like that. You know, no
Yeah,
big deal.
Jay's been one, Kanye's one now.
Trace Comas.
Yeah. All right, Lee, you're back.
I'm gonna go with 21 and Metro, just because I had to put Metro in here with someone, and I think he's probably the closest to a 21 right now at this point. The songs we've got on here are No Heart, Bank Account, Still Serving. Bank Account is, I think Metro has a credit on there, but 21 says that he made that beat. I don't know how much of that is actually true.
It's pretty cool.
X, like all of the Savage time, or all of
Without Warning.
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. All Without Warning. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
the first album too.
I mean,
and
you could equally say Metro with Future too. Like either of them, just including Metro on this list. Like I think that he is probably the best producer of our generation.
21 and Metro actually today were, I don't know if it was a tweet or something, but the album's on its way.
Yeah.
Savage Mode 2, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. So when that comes out, I'm sure there'll be even better songs to put on this list.
For sure.
Word. Yeah, it's getting tough, but I'm going back to back, so I got to think about this for a second. I mean, one of my favorite rappers in high school, he kind of, adapted this new sound, was Tyga, from Cash Money, when Wayne adopted Tyga. And he did a lot of projects with, he had Mustard, which was a different sound, but he also had songs with this guy from Britain, Jess Jackson. So if you look at their discography, they had Make It Nasty, Rack City, Motherfucker Up, Faded, just all classic bangers, which is, just one of the reasons I love Tyga. So I have to throw that in there. And then I'm going with, around that time too, maybe a year or two later, Kendrick came out with Good Kid, Mad City, and ADHD. Both of those albums fire. So they had songs on there with Mad City, they had ADHD, they had Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. So I'm going with Soundwave and Kendrick as well.
Can't complain with Kendrick on there,
We got Lee back up. I think this
Yeah.
is your fourth.
Fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I gotta just put on for Philly, Jalo Beats and Meek Mill in the conversation.
Oh,
Jalo
that
Beats
is fire.
was the one that came up with Meek, and the one that really got his sound to be popping. The first huge hit that they had was Rose Red, when Meek was still, that young kid in Philly with the braids in his hair, and then he got signed to Rick Ross, and I'm a Boss came out, and that song blew up. Burn with Big Sean, Monster, which is like one of my favorite Meek Mill singles ever.
I forgot he did Burn, yo. Burn was a sick ass beat.
Yeah.
All right, so that leaves it back to me, right? I guess I'm closing out. This is 4 and 5.
4 and 5.
All right, I'm gonna go with kind of a sleeper here. Only because they got a ton of fire music, even though a lot of it is radio hits, not necessarily your go-to songs. But Ray Shremmerd and Mike Will, man, they fucking killed it.
I was gonna say that's like, as far as duos go, like Ray Shremmerd is basically Michael is like part of Ray Shremmerd.
Yeah, honestly, I mean that's how they blew up. The first 2 albums was literally them 3 together.
Yeah.
But I guess to name a couple songs, we'll just go with Black Beetle. I mean, honestly, any early Ray Shremmerd song is Mike Will.
Yeah, like literally the whole first
like the entire
is like
fucking
all
album.
Mike Will.
The first 2, right?
Yeah, I mean the first one was definitely all Mike Will.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know about the second one, but I'm sure he has production credits on like 75% of their music.
Yeah, so I mean, Ray Shremmerd, if you like them or not, like they're still pretty sick. Definitely have a small place in hip hop history, and Mike Will's the man behind the boards there. And then my last one, fuck, this is hard.
Yeah, it starts to get hard at some point.
Yeah, I can't think. You could cut this out while I think, unless one of you want to go and then put my part back in.
Nah, you gotta go, bro.
Yeah, that's the point, man. You're on the clock. I can't even cut this out. You're just embarrassing yourself.
Oh shit! I just look like a clown now.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know who to pick. Everyone on the list is taking. Oh fuck it! Ready? I'm gonna take Lee's. Big Sean and Key Wayne.
That's a fire combo. If you go back and look at the production credits.
Yeah, I'm actually happy that you put that there, because Key Wayne pretty much did his first 2 albums, which were probably some of his best work. And I mean, just some of the songs to name off the top: Guap, Beware, I Don't Fuck With You, Play No Games, Jump Out the Window, Higher, and I'm sure the list goes on. But those 2 at first killed it for a fucking minute. And now you guys are stuck with the hardest ones.
All right, Lee.
No, I know who I'm going to go with.
You're up for 5.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Weezy and Thug.
Okay. Also
I mean,
good.
he's basically credited with half of Barter 6 and every single project that Thug has come out with so far. He's basically
I mean, he's one of the best.
Half of the songs.
We didn't even mention Weezy on any of these just because he's everywhere right now. Like he's literally on everything. Trap. He's just a good dude too.
Yeah, and he's credited with like most of the songs on the Future Juice WRLD project.
He did a lot of songs on that
Season 3.
That YSL album too, right?
Yeah, the Slime Language one. He's got a bunch of production credits on there. Dripper Drown 2, he's got like half the songs on there. And then So Much Fun, he's got like a bunch of the bangers. He's got Just How It Is, co-produced with Nick Mira, Hot, obviously.
Yeah,
that song was like the most lit song that came out last year. Bad, Bad, Bad. That's like the huge hit off that album.
Part of the 3-headed snake, if you want to take the third head
and his
off.
Biggest song isn't even with Thug. It's Going Bad.
Yeah, it really is. We're just putting people on here. All right, before I do my 5th and final, I just want to go over, because I can't not mention this. For all you young heads that know Wiz Khalifa now, you really don't know Wiz Khalifa, because his music was some of the dopest shit back like 10 years ago, 8 to 10 years ago. So I just want to shout out a few producers that he worked with. So Wiz and Cardo on Kush and OJ, they had Never Been, In the Cut. So you really have to go back and listen to that. He worked
Mesmerized.
with, Mesmerized. I think that was Sledgerin, but still same shit.
Might have been both of them. I don't know. Like they might have co-produced that whole thing.
Yeah, I think it was both of them on that. Strictly.
Basically, any old Wiz song with cowbell on it is Cardo.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have Stargate, and then I think Stargate and Lex, they did most of Cabin Fever. So you really have to just go back and listen to Wiz Khalifa. Actually, Stargate, I think, had Rolling Papers. So he had some bangers on there too. So my
I think
fifth
Rolling
and
Papers had all of them. Rolling Papers
was
had
a little bit of a mixture, right?
Lex, and it had Cardo and Sledgerin on it too. But
Yeah,
the like smoking weed sound before like the trap sound whiz came into play was like all Cardo and Sledgerin.
literally, and legendary too.
Yeah.
But that's not.
One of the dopest interviews online is the Producer Grinds interview of Cardo. It's pretty fire.
Oh, I got to check that out. I've never seen that.
And
Is he still
know,
doing
he also
anything?
produced. Yeah,
Oh,
so
actually,
he talks about how Wiz wanted him to sign, and Cardo didn't want to do that because he wanted to work with other people in the industry. And then one of the first songs that really popped off was the song that he sent to Jeezy, the one with Jeezy and Jeezy got Jay-Z on it. And then he got Levels around the same time. And then he didn't end up signing to Wiz. And now he has like a bunch of production credits for a lot of different artists.
Yeah, that's dope. All right, I got to go back out and check that out.
Yeah.
But all right, so that wasn't my fifth and final one. I had to shout out Wiz during this because he was a legend back then, and some of you really have to go back and listen to him. But I'm really going to throw out, because I mean the streams of this guy are insane, and it happened after he died, but he was popping beforehand. So if you look at XXX, he worked with this guy that no one really knows about. His name's John Cunningham. He produced most of his big songs. Dude's got billion streams on a lot of these songs. So if you go back to his songs, you look at Sad, you look at Moonlight, you look at Remedy for a Broken Heart, you look at Changes, all in like 800 million to a billion range. It's this John Cunningham guy who's got like a melancholy sound.
That Moonlight beat is amazing.
Yeah, it really is. It's great. And I don't know if he's working with anybody right now. I have to go back after this and take a look because he could blow someone up just based off of those beats. But what X did on some of those songs, like, we downplay it a lot, but he was a talented kid. He really was. He had some shit going on in his life. I think a lot of sad shit. But
I think that's why people downplay it, because of like all the other things that had surrounded him.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, he had those charges with women and shit like that. And I think his kid was actually just born. I think I saw. So I think, so that's pretty crazy. But yeah, John Cunningham, shout out John Cunningham, because that guy can make a fucking beat. His production is sick.
We'll see if he works with somebody in the future. I mean, hopefully he does. Hopefully he doesn't just give up on music. I don't think that's what he would do.
No, I have to go check it out.
He's find the right person.
Yeah, exactly. Because that sound it's unique. Maybe Trippie Redd. Maybe there's certain people that can flow on that.
I feel like he should find someone new, especially if he's from Florida. If he's from Florida, he should try to find some young kid in Florida.
Yeah, that'd be sick. All right, but no, that was a dope segment. So we put out a lot of shit. I'm going to create a playlist so I'm going to go back through this and look at all of those collaborations. And
close this out.
I'll create a playlist for everyone. Well, I'm explaining. I'm not saying it to you guys. I'm explaining to everyone that I'm going to create a playlist for them.
My apologies.
Yeah, so I'll post that so you guys will have those songs. Thank you for tuning into episode 5 of Check the Tide. If there are any segments you would like to see us do, please reach out and let us know. We fucking got you. Till next time.
Lionhearted Entertainment.